Welcome to my humble little office. My name is R. Keith Andrews. I am a spiritual guide and paranormal adept. This is the astrological forecast for December 20th to 26th of 2020. Now, this is a general forecast, meaning it applies to approximately 6 billion people. So if something doesn't seem to fit quite right, take a look at the location of your ascendant, your moon, your Mars, or your Neptune. All of these can be found on your natal chart. If you've got one, great. If not, take a look at the list below this and below the video here, and it will give you a way to contact me. Use one of those methods and ask. I'll be happy to look up any one of your signs for you. Okay. Now, that said, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. Subscribe to our channel so that you can actually get the rest of these videos as they come out. Okay, and in the meantime, let's get on with it, shall we? The first card is invariably, the first card is an overall. It applies to everybody. Now, the first card out here is the Five of Swords. Okay, my apologies. Well, gravity works. As we've told people, we are, this is a live broadcast, meaning I don't go back and edit things. You'll see the card that dropped. That is the Five of Wands that applies to everybody. Okay, meaning there's a lot of energy, a lot of stress at this point. Can't imagine what's causing that. Okay, regardless of where you are in the world, you're likely finding there is a lot of stress going on around you. This is the time to realize you cannot control all of that. All you do have control over is how you respond to it. Okay, now, Aries, we have the Six of Wands. Now, this is what I call the victory card, meaning you have the ability to really pull things together and to make things happen in a way that works for you. Now, remember, when we're talking about working for you, if you've got a job that you're attending to that you're having struggles with, whether you like it or not, if you've got a job that somebody is in a control position above you, you still have to do things their way. Whether you agree with them or not is not the point. What is the point is do your job properly so that you still have a job and still get paid. Because rest assured, being unemployed with no income is never any fun. Okay, now Taurus, we have the King of Swords. Now the King of Swords tells you you are in a perfect position, almost perfect, to really take dominant control of the way your life is going, on the way things are happening around you. This is a time for you to step up and say, this is what I'm content with for me. It does not give you control over anybody else, only over you. This is the time to start cleaning the stuff out of your house. And this may be physical, it may be a thought process, it may even in some cases be what I call dead weight friendships. It's time to get rid of the things that you feel are holding you back. Now, just something very important to realize. This does not mean just because you feel like you're getting shortchanged that you necessarily should walk away. For instance, if you're not content with your job right now, do not get up and quit unless you have a replacement income to go to. Again, no income, no fun. Now, Gemini, we have the Lover's card inverted. Now, the Lover's card inverted says that although you are connected to the spiritual world and the material one, okay, now is the time to really look at the dominant issues going on in your physical world. The way you look at the world may be different from what other people do, but the material world, quite frankly, in the simplest way of looking at it is things like gravity doesn't care what kind of mood you're in. It's still going to have the same effect on you. It does not care what your pocketbook looks like or who you vote for. Gravity has the same effect. Money does exactly the same thing. It doesn't care who you are related to. Now, if we look at Cancer, which we're going to, you have the Nine of Wands. And this shows that you are in a beautiful position. You're well situated to deal with the stresses that are coming in around you. But remember, you've only got control over you, not over anybody else. You control how you react to their behavior and how you portray things, but you do not have control over how they react. Okay, so take a step back and really look at yourself and go, okay, what am I content with? This is a great week for taking an overview of where your life is. Don't worry so much about where your life has come from. What matters at this point is where it's standing. Okay, now Leo, we have the King of Pentacles. Now the King of Pentacles tells you that you may be tempted to put out a lot more money than what you have coming in. We caution you against that. Take a step back. Think through things. Do you actually need what you're looking for? Do you actually require it? Or is it just something you'd really like to have now? Can it wait a month or two so you don't do something like going into debt to get something immediately that you could wait a couple of weeks for, or maybe a couple of months? Okay, do what you have to, but think things through first. Now, Virgo, we have the Hope card. And this tells you that even in your darkest hour, there may be something to work with. And I love it when people say hope springs eternal. I can tell you from personal experience, the fact that it exists does not make it easy to hang on to. Okay. I mean, take a look for you fishermen out there. Take a look at how easy it is to grab hold of a wet fish when you pull it out of the water. Now, let's face it, it exists, but it is not easy to hang on to. Okay. Now, when we take a look at Libra, Libra shows the Temperance card inverted. You may be finding the stress level of this week getting to you. And if that's the case, take a step back, take a breath. If it means go and sit down on your own and grab a cup of coffee or whatever it is you drink that is non-alcoholic. Much as I got nothing against drinking, I will tell you, too much alcohol in your system does not help with the problem. It knocks out your trained and learned inhibitors. Meaning, it knocks out your coping mechanisms. Not a good thing. Okay. Now, Scorpio, we have the Judgment card. And this tells you that karmic law is playing a very dominant role in the way things are going. Whatever you're doing, however you're treating people, it's going to come back. So if you're treating people decently, you'll get a much better reaction than if you're treating them poorly. You want to put that to the test? Walk into a room. When you go into a restaurant or any business, walk in with a scowl on your face and be grumpy with everybody. See how quickly people come to talk to you. Walk in with a smile on your face and a little bit of a bounce in your step, and you'll likely find a very different reaction. Now, granted, some people may look at you and go, "What are you so happy about?" Does it matter? That's when you look at them and smile and go, "Well, would you rather I was grumpy? Because I can do that too." Just a thought. Okay, now that does not mean it's going to be easy, by the way. Just means that that's the way it is. Now, when we take a look at Sagittarius, we have the Wheel of Fortune inverted, meaning the energy around you is changing. This is a good thing. Okay. Now, it does indicate that it is changing on the whole for the better. Meaning whatever's been going on, if it's been bad, it's getting better. It means it'll be easier to cope with. If it's been really good energy, it's getting better and it's going to make you bounce off the ceiling in all likelihood. Okay. This is a really bizarre time of year. Okay. And oddly enough, miracles actually do happen. You may find that one little thing that all of a sudden pops up out of nowhere and just makes your day in a way that you're not expecting, and a way that you don't necessarily know how to interpret. Take your time and enjoy the fun while it happens. Capricorn, we have the Seven of Cups inverted. Okay, now you may find that you're a little overloaded with things, that there's too much going on, and you're finding yourself really being overwhelmed. Okay, your imagination may be playing havoc with thinking that everything is going to blow up on you. If it's been going really well, you may be looking at it going, but this can't last. My life never goes that well. Well, the odd reality is, if you keep telling yourself your life never goes that well, you can absolutely go, it's never gone that well. Okay, but get away from the future reference of it doesn't happen, it's not going to change. Do your best to get past that, and if it means telling yourself in the mirror every morning, my life is getting better. Okay, or my life is better than it used to be. Things like that. Okay, oddly enough, it does actually help shift the energy. Okay, now Aquarius, we have the Six of Pentacles. This means it is a time for sharing. Either loaning people a shoulder to tie, just to listen, try that in English, a shoulder to lean on, or an ear to listen, or just take the time out to just share a little bit of time with somebody. Okay, sharing time never has really caused a lot of troubles. Okay, it may delay things a little, like if you've got an appointment, obviously, make it to the appointment. But if you've got a couple of moments, and especially if you've got a relationship going on, it does not take, no matter how busy it is in today's world, while you're riding the elevator up to your office, or while you're walking into your next meeting, that loved one that you've got, that special someone, whether you're married to them or just dating them or just a good friend, drop them a quick line and just text and say, thinking of you. You would be amazed how much better it makes people feel. Okay, and who knows, it may lead to something better even yet. Okay, now Pisces, we have the King of Cups. This shows you that your emotions are going to play a very big role in this week's activities. Now, when we talk about following your heart, this does not mean close your eyes and run straight forward because you feel like you'd like to. Sometimes doing that outside is a really bad idea, because there's these things called cars that may run over you. And that just brings us to the issue of, what you don't see can't hurt you. It's amazing how many people have been hit by cars they didn't see coming. Okay, hopefully you're not one of those people. So, the last card in the layout is the Six of Cups. Okay, my apologies, that's the Seven of Cups. Six of Cups was back there somewhere. But in any event, the Seven of Cups, okay, which indicates that you are rising above the material world. The things that are going on down here are extremely important, and it's absolutely necessary that you do pay attention to the material world around you and the way you've been behaving inside it. But the Seven of Cups indicates, why do I think that's not the Seven? I can't read today. We'll go with the 8. If we take a look at that, best to take a look at that. As you can see, we really botched the number on that one. That's our 8 of Cups. It does still hold the same reality, though. It shows that you are moving forward, that you're rising above the material world and the restrictions of the material world. Understand, karmic law is playing a very big role here. What you put your energy into is what's going to come back to you. If you put your energy into being grumpy to people, they will be grumpy to you. You can almost bet on. Now, you'll get the occasional one that doesn't. But on the whole, absolutely imperative, do unto others as you desire them to do unto you. And as we saw with the first card, we had the five of wands here. Okay, now this indicates struggle and a lot of stress. This shows you're rising above it. So you will get through this week, no matter how stressful it may be. You will be able to get through it. Okay, do I guarantee it? Absolutely not. I just guarantee I won't lie to you and make you feel better about it. Okay, so with that in mind, we're going to cut this short now. And again, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel to get the rest of them, because we try and get them out regularly now. And it seems to be working. Okay, subscribe to the channel. And until we talk again, take care of yourselves and each other, and for pity's sakes, stay positive.